Wow, checking out what's going on under the water in the estuary can be super exciting.
You often see things that you don't normally know about. You do learn a lot about the environment, how the species live, what fish are looking for, and for me, it's a really enjoyable part of the whole fishing journey. You see some weird and wonderful things under the water at times. So let's just go forward and have a look.
In the rivers and estuaries, you'll often see these holes, and there's also a lot of sand or mud that's been dug out. These are in fact the home to the soldier crab.
They're down at the moment, but let's see if we can get some vision of them when they come out. They're sometimes used for bait. I have used them, caught bream on them, but I haven't used them that often, so how good they are remains to be seen.
Like a lot of things, they do bury under the sand for protection. If you look closely, you can see the soldier crabs coming out of the sand, even under the water. You can also see them moving around the river flats at night, especially at low tide. Wow, check out this big guy. However, he's a bit unsteady on his feet.
Check out this trail under the water. If we follow it, we'll see what's at the end of it.
These are moon snails. Surprisingly, these moon snails feed on crabs, and probably in this estuary, the soldier crabs. Check this out. Now we have a small black crab. Well, look at the solid claws on him. I know these little black crabs, when used as bait, are really good at catching bream, especially in the wintertime. Here's another one with big claws for a little guy, trying to show his dominance. I don't want to get too close to him, although those claws won't take a finger off. I'll give your skin a nasty little nip. As we know, prawns are one of the best baits you can get. From the period of late spring right through till autumn, there's an abundance of prawns appear in our lakes, lagoons and rivers up and down the coast. But if you're going to catch them, you've got to get out at night around that new moon period when they're very active. Usually, as soon as it gets dark, the prawns will start to appear. To catch them, I just use a scoop net and an underwater light. The dominant species of prawns in this lake are king prawns, although further up towards the fresher water you will get some school prawns.
Well, it's been a great night's prawning. The prawns have been really active. They've been up and running. I've been catching about half a kilo every 5 to 6 minutes. Then I've got to go and empty the net because it gets far too heavy to drag through the water. Anyway, my arm's just about dropping off now, so it's time to go. And I've well and truly got my limit. So I'm pretty happy with that. There'll be plenty of bait there and there'll be many prawns to eat.
You're allowed to catch up to 10 litres per day, but you will need a fishing licence. I sorted the smaller ones for bait and kept the bigger ones for cooking, and they were beautiful. Pink nippers or yabbies are a great bait found in the estuary. They can be pumped from below the surface with a yabby pump, or sometimes known as a nipper pump. Whelks. These are a conical shaped snail-like shellfish which are found in the shallow waters within saltwater lakes and estuaries. They are not usually consumed by us, however, they are occasionally used as a bait. The shell is extremely hard and they are difficult to remove from that shell.
Sometimes those whelks are hard to see. They're camouflaged quite well. They take on moss and all sorts of things on their surface that would normally cover rocks in the area, so they can be difficult to be able to spot. So let's just have a look at another one. Oysters. Not only are they good to eat,
but they make excellent bait in the estuaries. They reside between the low and high tide mark in our rivers and lakes. You'll find them in the mud, attached to rocks, or even in the mangroves. As you can see, when you remove them from the shell, they are really soft. As bait, they're best used with very light line and no sinker, and just floated into a nice light current. Just bear in mind though, they can be removed very easily by fish because they are so soft. Also, trying to keep safe up in this extremely shallow water are lots of small fish. And these ones here look a lot like whiting. Oh wow, look at this. There's a stingray right up in the shallow water, obviously looking for a feed. Shrimp. Although they look very similar to a prawn, they are a completely different species, but they are also much smaller. They're almost transparent and can be really hard to see. Oh my God, there's heaps of them here, but gee, they're hard to see. These strange looking black sea creatures were found just inside an intermittently open and closed lake. They feed on algae and seagrasses, and as a defence mechanism, if they feel threatened, they're capable of releasing like a dark, a purple or black dye, as would a squid or an octopus. You come across some weird things at times, But this would have to be one of the strangest things I've ever seen. I believe it's some sort of parasitic worm. And as I touch it, it disappears down that hole under the sand. Wow, just look here, here's another one. And they are a good couple of metres long. Now this one is acting very differently. It's not retreating at all, or very slowly at that. And this is possibly because it's not feeling endangered. I haven't disturbed it. So there we have it, a few weird, wacky and wonderful things from the intertidal zone of the estuary. Thanks for watching.